Today, Ukrainians conducted a series of massive strikes, combining aerial and marine kamikaze drones and Storm Shadow missiles. The most powerful explosion happened in the Luhansk region. Today in the morning, residents of Luhansk reported hearing multiple explosions. Many people reported that the explosions were so powerful that the impulse resembled an earthquake. A former commander of the LPR forces, Colonel Marachko, claimed that Ukrainians conducted a strike on Luhansk city using Western cluster munitions. However, first of all, it turned out that the explosion happened in the small village of Uvalane. It's just that the huge plumes of smoke could be seen tens of kilometers away. And secondly, even though the Ukrainian Defense Ministry confirmed that Ukrainians have already received Western cluster munitions, judging by the explosion, it is unlikely that Ukrainians used them. It is more likely that in response to such events, Russians are using information operations to set the local and general population against Ukraine and its allies by claiming that they used devastating weapons to target civilians. The real target of the strike turned out to be a coal mine in the village of Uvalane, and many analysts are saying that it was targeted by Storm Shadow missiles. Ukrainian General Staff reported that Ukrainians destroyed a huge warehouse with Russian rockets. The coal mine was a perfect location for storing rockets because it is not located on the surface and because it is located right next to the railways, which allows for easy transportation. Unfortunately for Russians, these transportation routes were closely monitored. The second target of the Storm Shadow missile strike became Mariupol. Local residents reported hearing multiple explosions. Ukrainian Mariupol mayoral advisor Petro Andrushchenko added that Russian air defense got triggered not only in Mariupol itself, but also near Nikolsky and Mangush, which are located around 15 kilometers northwest of Mariupol. The third target of the Storm Shadow missile strike became Berdyansk. Local residents reported hearing explosions in the southeastern part of the town and north of the town. Both Berdyansk and Mariupol are some of the most important Russian logistical hubs, with a lot of warehouses and industrial areas that are constantly being used for stationing troops and storing ammunition and equipment. But the most comprehensive strike happened in Crimea. Russian sources reported that there were several waves of attacks. The first wave happened at 1 a.m. In order to complicate interception, Ukrainian aerial drones targeted various objects at the same time: the airfield, the oil depot, and the Black Sea Fleet. The second wave happened at 5 a.m., and it was even more diverse because apart from launching 9 aerial drones, Ukrainians also launched 2 marine drones. Russian sources reported that interception proved to be very challenging, and they had to engage all of their resources to prevent dire implications. Russians tried to use regular air defense, which did not work efficiently against such targets. That is why they used stationary as well as mobile electronic warfare systems and multiple units with small arms. Marine drones are even more challenging targets due to their mobility. The most effective weapon against them was a machine gun. This time Russians got lucky because, even according to the Russian sources, the drones got shot down in the last seconds, less than 100 meters away from the Black Sea Fleet. In the meantime, Russian forces lost another important officer. Today, Ukrainian officer confirmed that Ukrainian forces liquidated the commander of the Russian 96th Reconnaissance Brigade, Colonel Maxim Kharlamov. Ukrainian intelligence reported that this brigade was created in 2015 specifically in preparation for the invasion of Ukraine, and the activities of exactly this brigade inflicted a lot of damage to the Ukrainian forces. That is why this commander was considered to be in the top 10 of the most important targets.